The former Wanganui Collegiate music teacher convicted today of historical sex crimes is facing a jail sentence at 72 years of age. Trevor Ian Gibbs was today convicted of 5 charges of doing an indecent act on a boy and 1 of sodomy. Remember, this is a historic case following a week-long trial at the Manukau District Court. The complainant was able to hear the verdicts being delivered by closed-circuit television. Gibbs cried in the dock and his wife wept in the gallery as the foreman answered guilty to each charge read by the registrar. It's not the first time Gibbs has been convicted of sexual abuse. Our court reporter Edward Gay was there and he's sitting beside me in the studio. Hi Eddie, what do we know about his earlier convictions?
Well, we know he pleaded guilty in 2006 and these were historic charges as well, hence that rather archaic language of the charges. But they also related to sexual offending against 2 boys, this time in New Plymouth. And according to media reports from the time, Gibbs was sentenced to 300 hours community work, ordered to pay reparation to the boys. Boys were in their early teenage years and the offending happened during one-on-one tuition. And the Crown said actually during the trial that this went to the jury and the Crown said that that offending shared striking similarities with these latest charges, and that's why it went to the jury. The prosecutor, Jasper Rhodes, said Gibbs groomed and then sexually abused the student at Wanganui Collegiate. The man's evidence at court was consistent and compelling. He had a clear memory of what had happened. Mr. Rhodes said Gibbs took care in choosing the places where the offending took place. Mr. Rhodes acknowledged the complainant had only made these complaints relatively recently, but he had good reason to. That was out of a concern for his parents, and he waited until they passed away before approaching police.
It's a hell of a sad case. 300 hours community service last time, Eddie. Surely there would be indications of a jail term this time, are there?
Well, that's what Judge McElrath said today. He said that he would give Gibbs bail this time, but while he awaits sentencing. But he said that in no way was that to be taken as a message about what he was going to get. Okay. And he gave Gibbs bail in order for Gibbs to see doctors. He's 72 years old. In order to see doctors essentially before prison. Judge McElrath also set some conditions. That includes reporting to the local police station in Hamilton twice a week, and he's also not to associate with children. He'll be sentenced in February next year.
Edward Gay, who was in court. Thank you very much indeed, as always, Eddie.